Excuse me, let me just move all the weed over. We're good? Good evening, everybody. My name is Daughtry. I'm the Deputy Mayor for Public Safety. And I'm here in the Bronx with the Honorable Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson, as well as the New York City Sheriff, Anthony Miranda, and members of his team, who just shut down an illegal cannabis business called Buzz Zotic, operating out of a residence here behind me on Timpson Place. The Sheriff's Office seized at least 2,000, this is approximately about 2,000 pounds of illegal cannabis products with a street value of over $5 million, as well as an illegal firearm, and arrested 11 individuals in connection with this operation. These individuals range in ages from 22 years old to 65 years old, and collectively have a total prior arrest of 21. One of the individuals arrested had 9 prior charges, including conviction for murder. I am also joined by the New York City Buildings Department, which will be issuing a partial vacate order for this site. Just last year, thanks to Mayor Adams' leadership and the advocacy on behalf of New Yorkers, New York State legislators granted our public safety teams the local authority to crack down on unlicensed cannabis sellers. We immediately launched Operation Padlock to Protect under the leadership of the Sheriff Anthony Miranda, in partnership with the NYPD and the Department of Consumer Worker Protection. To date, the task force has sealed nearly 1,500 stores and seized over 100 million in products and issued violations amounting over $200 million in penalties. Unlicensed cannabis operations like this one pose significant health risk. They could be potentially selling unregulated and untested product that can make people sick and also cause overdoses, especially marketing to children. Snickers, also included in the Snickers, there's no Snickers in here, it's cannabis. Attracting gun violence and other violent crimes due to their dealing in large quantities of cash. And clearly these unlicensed sellers were armed with an illegal gun at this location for various reasons. But because of the sheriff and the Joint Task Force has done such an excellent job shutting down these illegal shops, we have seen many sellers move their operations from brick and mortar stores into residential locations like this one behind me. So, let me be very clear. Anyone selling illegal products in New York City, you can run, but you can't hide. We are going to keep working with the community members to identify locations like this so we can arrest individuals selling illicit products and endangering our communities. With that, I'd like to turn it over to the Sheriff, Anthony Miranda, for some more details involving the investigation.
Good afternoon. And this is a joint investigation between the Sheriff's Office, the New York City Police Department, Bronx Narcotics, and the Bronx District Attorney's Office. And a great partnership is the community, who has lodged many complaints about this location. We're hearing you and we are responding to your complaints, so please continue to report these illegal locations, and we will continue to do the job that's necessary. This is the partnership, cross-agency partnership, that has been mandated by the mayor, unheard of in the city history, where all the agencies are working collectively together. We even had the buildings department, and we will have the fire department on scene as well, coming out to this location to ensure that we take the proper inspections that are necessary to close this location down. We also seized over $20,000 at this one location in cash. Again, so it's a joint operation. We thank everybody for their cooperation, and it takes a teamwork to be able to get this done. So again, I thank the community, who's been our biggest partner today.
Thank you, Sheriff. All right, let's stay on topic. Sheila?
Any questions?
Yep, I do. Why, we were here a year ago, large scale loss. So how was this allowed? How did this happen so that we came back?
And that's a very, very good question, Josh. We were here last year, I think July 21st of last year, where the sheriff's office during the investigation led them here, which we had to get an emergency search warrant and seized about $2 million. Sheriff, you want to talk about last year? Yeah.
Last year we had conducted an investigation at this location. It actually started further down the block and led us into this address. So this was the secondary location last time. In this investigation, this is the primary location, again, leading us back into the secondary location. There are ongoing investigations. Criminals will do what they need to do to get around the laws. We did all the enforcement that we were able to do during the initial enforcement activity. And now we're here again. They don't stop and we don't stop. So we get the community's complaints, we come out, we reinvestigate. It takes a joint effort. Again, narcotics had a great deal of involvement in this particular investigation as well. So we were able to solidify a lot more of the process. And this is just the beginning of the investigation. There will be ongoing processes involving this particular seizure that we did today.
But is it, I'm sorry, but is it like a court issue? Like, I assume this was felony charges last time. So is that case still being adjudicated or working through? What are we?
The different cases, completely different cases, where we have ongoing investigations that will tie both of those addresses together from the first inspection to this one, and we have ongoing investigations into the finances and who's financing this organization as well.
Was this strictly a cannabis operation, or was there other things going on?
This was a cannabis operation joint with the Bronx Narcotics team.
Yeah, I'm talking about what was seized. Was there anything?
No, it was seized. There are other products inside. There was some crystal meth that was found inside. Large kind of currency. We also have cigarettes and cigars, tobacco products that are being sold out of here as well. And again, the packaging alone for the children is alarming. But we seized over 6 different safes at this location, and that's how we got the $20,000 that was seized.
Ms. Gibson, do you have any reaction to this bust?
It's alarming, but I'm so thankful for this operation led by Mayor Eric Adams and Sheriff Anthony Miranda and Deputy Mayor Daughtry, and really everyone. But most importantly, the residents that live right here on this block, the homeowners, the tenants that are in these tenement buildings, they live with this almost every day and see this. And when they call 311, when they call the authorities, we are responding, right? These are individuals that take advantage of access to apartments and houses and homes, and they sell these unlicensed, untested, and illegal products. And they do it under the guise of Jolly Ranchers. I like Jolly Ranchers. Children eat candy. And it's unacceptable, and we want to make sure that we do our part to continue to stay outside. These individuals are outside, and so are we. And we are not going to stop when it comes to these type of operations that are joint with the District Attorney's Office, with Bronx Narcotics, with the NYPD, with the Sheriff's Office, because our job is to keep people safe. And when we allow this to happen, we are saying that it's okay. And it's not okay. It is never okay, and we will never accept it. We were at another location just a couple of months ago, also in Mott Haven on Girard Avenue, beautiful building. And there were dozens of calls that residents had called management, they called landlord, they called 311, and we finally were able to take action on this particular apartment. But we have to make sure that residents are aware of their surroundings, and we encourage people to come forward. In this climate that we are living in, people are fearful to call. They fear retaliation. They have to live here. We have to protect them, right? And so we want to make sure we exhaust all options when it comes to people coming forward. That is why we have hotlines. That is why we have different measures so that people can call anonymously and they can share information on what they know. Because most importantly, the people are the eyes and ears of our communities, and we expect them to come forward, and we have to do our part to keep them safe as well.
Just piggybacking about the question about the busting here last year. So these are the same people
Sure.
as that were busted last year, or are these different people just operating in the same space?
It appears that it's the same people that are tied up in the background of this investigation. So I believe that it'll be ongoing. That's why I said this is not the end of the investigation, but this is an ongoing investigation, and we'll start tying in all the identified parties that were involved.
Does that make you mad, Mr. Sheriff? You come here, you deploy all these resources, you bust this house, and then a year later we're back. Like, how do you?
So we have a job to do, and we're charged with a responsibility to do it in the best manner possible. We will follow the letter of the law and make sure that we take all the enforcement action that's necessary, and we follow the complaints of the community. So while the location was closed for some time, they came back, right? So somebody rented them. Actually, somebody owns the building, gives them access. So this, I said, is an ongoing investigation into the ownership and who allowed them to be here. And I think those people will be identified as well.
Has it become more complicated now that you can actually buy this stuff legally in other venues? This guy was operating a website, in plain view, whoever went to it. How has that changed enforcement of the unlicensed? Is it easier, harder?
Again, anybody who's operating outside of the law will be as creative as they want to be in terms of getting what they need. We need to be as creative in making sure that we're doing proper investigations and finding those individuals. I'm sure that there will be nuances to the law that will have to change to grow into the new things that they're initiating, even the online delivery service and the types of methods that they're using. So I believe the law is going to catch up to it. We are not there yet, but they're growing in their methods, and we need to be able to adjust. And our partners in the government, our city council people, our legislators will be playing a major role in what the continuing enforcement will look like.
I think all of us are thinking, like, how could they be so brazen to do this? That's like we're all kind of asking, how could this happen a year apart?
Again, the misconception is that it's been operational the whole time. It hasn't been. We closed them down. We had a large seizure at that point, and they were closed down for some period of time. Then they came back again. But I understand that they were at different locations, and they revisited, came back to this one. So as we said, the ongoing investigations means that we're going to track them no matter how many times they change their address. We'll find them wherever their new addresses are and new locations, and we'll come back and do it again.
Yep, and then I'll close with this. Josh, you asked the question, is frustrating. Absolutely, it's frustrating. These officers here, especially when I was walking inside, I overheard someone saying, we're going to go back there, we're going to be here for days doing paperwork and vouchering all of this narcotics, vouchering all of this property, so what, they can open back up again in a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks? Guess what? My message to them was, if they open back up again and they're doing illegal stuff again, then we're going to keep shutting them down. That's what we have to do. We have to keep shutting them down, make it uncomfortable for them so they don't think that they're comfortable here to operate this business or open up this illegal smoke shop again. And to the residents on this block and the residents throughout all of New York City, all the New Yorkers, that they're calling. I heard one of the people here when I pulled up here, one of the residents of the block saying, finally, I've been calling all the time and nobody has never showed up. Just because nobody's showing up right away, don't think that this has been an operation. This has been an ongoing investigation by the sheriff's office for a couple of weeks now, if not months. So there are things that are being done behind the scenes that New Yorkers may not know, residents may not know on the block. Just keep calling, have faith, and be patient in your public safety teams, and this is the results that you're going to get when you're patient. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.